Students from St. Anselm's, Poolesville, Murray meet today on It's Academic.
I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest-running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention. Mentors inspire greatness. And passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
And of course, we begin with the fast start, where questions are worth 10 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to answer. The students do not see what you do on the screens at home. Let's do this, guys. Color highlight. In this colorful round, all answers will have something to do with the color yellow. Yellow fever is spread by this insect. Poolesville.
Mosquito.
Correct. Most of Yellowstone National Park is in this. Murray.
Wyoming.
Yeah. A Ray Bradbury title links wine to this yellow spring flower. Yes, Poolesville.
Sunflower.
No, dandelion wine. This yellow non-metal has the chemical symbol Poolesville. Sulfur is right. This small yellow songbird is a popular pet. Yes, St. Anselm's, canary is right. A car with many mechanical problems is nicknamed for this yellow fruit, Murray.
Lemon.
Lemon is correct. The Yellowtail Dam is in this western treasure state. Yes, St. Anselm's.
California.
No, Montana. The sprite Ariel sings about yellow sands in this Shakespeare play.
The Tempest.
The Tempest is correct, and that is it for the fast start round. Let's check these scores. 110 for St. Anselm, Poolesville 110, Murray 120. And now we get to dive into the mix and match round. But before we dive into mix and match, we're going to meet the teams. And we begin with St. Anselm's from Washington, D.C. Hello, Philip. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Philip. I'm a junior at St. Anselm's, and I really enjoy wrestling and doing theater.
All right. What's your favorite play?
I would have to say my favorite play is West Side Story.
Yeah, but I was singing before, got a show tune wrong, and Philip corrected me, so thank you for that. Hello, Caleb.
Hi, I'm Caleb. I'm a senior at St. Anselm Dive School. I've been doing It's Academic since 6th grade. Well, not the show, but I've been doing the club since 6th grade. And I am also a theater nerd, and I am also into math.
Well, that begs the question, your favorite play?
I'd have to go with The Play That Goes Wrong.
Okay, very good. And Andrew, hi.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a senior at St. Anselm's, and I've been doing It's Academic for around 3 years now. And I also enjoy doing Quiz Bowl in addition to this.
Awesome. And your brother did as well, right? This is a family thing.
Yes.
Tell us about your brother.
He did quit It's Academic for St. John's around 4 years ago.
Great. Yeah, and that was Nathan, correct?
Yes.
Now, before we get to the questions, just a little bit of housekeeping. St. Anselm's 110 points from the fast start round. And now I have your questions. A Roman assassin. See if you can find hidden in this phrase the alternative name for the Civil War Battle of Bull Run.
Manassas.
Manassas is right. Blatant, amiable, insolvent. A person who is friendly and good-natured can best be described by which of these adjectives?
Amiable.
Yeah. Can to Cyprus. In this volume of an old encyclopedia, you'd find information about what Polish-born French woman instrumental in discovering radium?
Curie.
Yes. Slur. Please rearrange these letters to name what Russian mountain range that separates Europe from Asia.
Urals.
Yeah, that's it. When I was 18, I thought blank was about as far as you could go. To complete this statement by former Beatle Paul McCartney, fill in the blank with what age the square root of 625.
25.
25 it is. Nicely done, St. Anselm's. 210 points. And now we get to meet the team from Poolesville High School in Poolesville, Maryland. Hey, Jacob, tell us about yourself.
So I'm Jacob. I'm a senior at Poolesville High School, and outside of this, I also do practice in History Bowl as well.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite kind of history? What do you like best?
Probably, I would say Latin American history. Very interesting to me.
All right. Beautiful. Hello, Lawrence.
Hello, I'm Lawrence. I'm a senior from Poolesville High School, and outside of It's Academic, I also run cross country and do Boy Scouts.
And how many badges do you have?
Around like 17, I would say.
Oh, that's pretty
working
good.
towards Eagle.
All right. Good luck. Hi, Sumed.
Hi, my name is Sumed. I'm a senior in Poolesville High School, and I like to ski.
Where have you skied?
Here around Whitetail and Liberty.
Uh-huh. Nice. Are you good?
I guess.
Okay, guys. Here we go. Age or genius? Hidden in this philosophical question is what name given to 6 kings of England?
George.
Yeah. Well known, questionable, highly respected. If you said someone had a dubious reputation, you would be saying that his or her reputation is which of these?
Questionable.
Questionable is right. Pagan to pork. You'd look in this volume of an old encyclopedia to learn about what French scientist who found a way to make milk safer to drink.
Pasteur.
Yeah, Pastor.
Pastor.
Yes, hence pasteurized, right? Set ear. Please rearrange the letters in this phrase to name the Pacific island named for a religious spring holiday.
Easter. Easter Island.
Easter Island, yeah. Treat nature in terms of the cylinder, the blank, and the cone. You can complete this advice from the artist Cézanne by adding what round geometric solid whose surface is at all points equidistant from the center?
Sphere.
Sphere is right. Poolesville High School, 210 points. Nice. And now to the gentleman from Murray here in D.C. Lucas, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm a senior at Murray, and outside of this, I also do debate.
Tell me where you've debated.
Just
the most interesting place. What school?
We just debate at like some high schools around the area.
Oh, okay. All right. But that's still pretty cool. I like that. Hi, Aiden.
Hello, I'm Aiden. I'm a junior at Murray, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our head of school, Mr. Bisgard, our amazing coaches, and of course our alternate, Alec.
All right. Good to have you. And Lucas, another Lucas, Lucas squared.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm a 16-year-old junior. And outside of It's Academic, I enjoy playing the piano and running cross country.
Wonderful. What do you like to play on piano?
Chopin.
Nice. Here we go. Flexing Tony's biceps. Forget bodybuilding and see if you can find hidden within this phrase what Revolutionary War battle that's usually linked with conquered.
Lexington?
Yes. Roundabout, business-related emergency. If you took a journey that is circuitous, it would best be described by which of these adjectives?
Roundabout.
Roundabout's right. Barry to bug. You check this volume of an old encyclopedia to learn about what 17th century Anglo-Irish scientist who discovered a major gas law that bears his name.
Boyle.
Yeah, Boyle. Delhi can. Forget food and rearrange these letters to name what cold North Atlantic island country?
Iceland, right? Iceland.
Iceland, yes, I want to go there. A statesman is a politician who's been dead 10 or blank years. You can complete this observation from one president by filling in the blank with what number the square root of 225.
15. 15.
15 is right. Nicely done, Murray. 220 points. Stay with us because the Picture Perfect round is coming at you next. There's a lot to look at.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
All righty, audience. What part of a man's body is named for a biblical person? Well, it's your Adam's apple. Folks said that the bulge in a man's throat happened when the biblical Adam swallowed the apple and it got stuck in his throat. Thus, the Adam's apple.
It's picture perfect round time. Guys, in this round, questions are worth 20 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to answer. Here we go. It was in this reading room at the British Museum that what 19th century naturalist did some of the research for his Poolesville?
Yeah, Darwin.
Darwin it is. In 1915, the United States sent Marines to what small country? Poolesville. Answer.
Armenia.
No, Haiti. James Oglethorpe put his stamp on American history when he founded what colony?
Georgia.
Georgia, very nice. Poolesville. Evaluate this expression. Poolesville. One, you're fast. During Reconstruction, Hiram Revels was elected to the U.S. Senate from what southern state whose capital is Jackson? Poolesville.
Mississippi.
Yes. My handwriting was the despair of my teachers. This observation comes from what English theoretical physicist and cosmologist who wrote A Brief History? Yes, Murray.
Hawking.
Hawking is right. This is the flag of what South American? Poolesville.
Colombia.
Answer. Colombia, you are right. And that is the end of the picture perfect round. Let's recap those scores, huh? St. Anselm's 210, Poolesville 290, and Murray 240. So, we have some coaches to meet, the guys who help you prepare for It's Academic. Let's start with St. Anselm's. Caleb, tell us about your coach.
We have with us Miss Dunleavy. She is the librarian at our school, and she has been helping out with Quiz Bowl for a long time.
All right, and it's great to have her here all of the time. Hello, Poolesville. Lawrence?
Hello. We have Miss Snavely with us. She's our AP World teacher at Poolesville High School, and we wanted to thank her because she's been helping us prepare this whole time and providing us resources.
All right, beautiful. Murray? Hayden?
With us, we have Doc White, who's a biology teacher at Murray, and Miss Cortez, who is a math teacher.
That's beautiful, and of course, we're always so happy to have the coaches and administrators here with us. So now it's time for the packet round. I know you know how it works. I've got these three lovely packets here. St. Anselm's is going to answer questions first, and Poolesville gets to choose which packet they'll answer questions from.
We'd like to give them packet 1.
All right, I can comply with that. Packet number 1 it is. And of course, if you get all the questions right, there's a fabulous 25-point bonus. Here we go. Traveling companion is one meaning of the Russian word for what first artificial satellite launched by the Soviet Union in 1957?
Sputnik.
Sputnik is correct. Had you been a reporter at George Washington's first inauguration in 1789, your story would have been filed from what city, today the most populous in the country?
New York.
New York it is. Here's your science question. Given that boric acid is a mild acid, you should expect that which of these numbers is the pH value for an aqueous solution of boric acid?
5.2.
You got it. Dating back 14,000 years, the site of the oldest human settlement in South America is what modern country that has a 4,000-mile-long Pacific coastline?
Chile.
Chile, long, skinny Chile. Although she wrote a book called The Last Man, Mary Shelley earned first place as an author with what story about a scientist who creates a monster?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's right. Here's your math question. What is the value of x in this equation?
49.
Yes. In a bitter dispute over nullification, Vice President John Calhoun quit the administration of what Democrat who was our 7th president?
Andrew Jackson.
Oh, you just got yourself a 25-point bonus. St. Anselm's, nicely done. 375 points. All right, and then there were 2 packets, 3 and 2. Murray, what's it going to be for Poolesville?
2.
2. All right. Guys, in 2003, 3 days of concerts and street festivals marked the 50th anniversary of the first ascent of what mountain, the highest in the world?
Mount Everest.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. Nice. A 17th century program to encourage British settlement in Virginia by giving everyone moving there 100 acres was created by what lower house of Parliament?
House of Commons.
Yep. House of Commons.
Correct. Here's your science question. Concentric, congruent, coherent. Because light emitted by a laser is all near one wavelength and phase, it can be described by which of these terms?
Coherent.
Yeah. Though its Chinese name means desert of sand, much of the sand has blown away from what desert that covers most of Mongolia?
Gobi. Gobi.
Gobi it is. Movie monsters come and go, but the monster Grendel continues to frighten in what epic poem, the oldest work in English literature?
Beowulf. Say it. Beowulf.
Yeah, that was it. Nicely done. Here's your math question. Solve for X.
4.
Yep. What 23rd president served in the Union Army during the Civil War but later failed in his effort to protect voting rights for African Americans?
Benjamin Harrison.
Harrison.
Oh my God, another 25-point bonus. Great game, Poolsville, 455 points. And we've got packet number 3 for Murray. The mythical Perseus killed his grandfather by accident, but he knew just what he was doing when he killed what snaky-haired Gorgon?
Medusa.
Yeah. According to the book of Genesis, the first leaf that the dove brought back to Noah's Ark was from what tree whose branches are now a symbol of peace?
Olive.
Yes, again, here's your science question. Pumice, pylorus, pyrite. Which of these terms refers to light volcanic rock produced by the frothing action of expanding gases during lava solidification?
Pumice.
Yes, I use them on my feet. Isn't that something you wish you never knew? Albert Gray was the ship captain who discovered and named what major American river that flows between Oregon and Washington State?
Columbia, right? Columbia.
Correct. The title Father of the Year would never go to what Shakespeare king who disinherited Cordelia, his only faithful daughter, in favor of her 2 nasty sisters.
King Lear.
The very sad King Lear. Yes, here's your math question. How much money would you leave as a tip if you tip 15% on an $80 bill?
12, right? 12?
12 is right. In 1904, Ohio adopted the red carnation as its state flower in memory of what 25th president, a native son who'd been assassinated 3 years earlier?
McKinley. McKinley?
Oh, I love this. We've got another 25-point bonus. Murray, good job. 405 points. Stay with us. The grab bag round is next.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that because he feared the number 13, author Shalom Aleichem always numbered that particular page in his manuscripts 12a? A creative writer in more ways than one. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Okay, guys, it's time for the grab bag round, and this is a very close game with very good teams, each of whom has won a 25-point bonus. How are you guys feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous? Yeah? All right, you ready for this? Okay, then I am too. Here's your first question. Oh, and by the way, questions are worth 20 points up or down. The Italian words for bad air give us the name of what tropical mosquito-borne disease that was originally treated, Murray?
Malaria.
Yes. Julius Caesar defied the Roman Senate in 49 BC when he crossed what? Poolsville.
Rubicon.
Yeah. Choice. 3 moles of water contain how many grams? 18, 36, or Poolsville? Answer?
36.
In 3, 2.
36.
No, 54. It was the third choice on your monitors. This is a painting of the kind of old caravan once seen in what North African country? Poolsville. Answer. In 3, 2, 1.
Mali.
It's Morocco. Gotta answer when I call you. Piracy and map making were part of the background of what English captain famed for his association, St. Anselm's?
Blackbeard?
No, Captain John Smith. A baseball pitcher allowed 2 earned runs in 6 full innings. At this rate, what is his earned run average? Poolsville.
3.
Yeah. Which state sent no delegates to the Constitutional Convention in 1787?
Georgia?
No, it was Rhode Island, St. Anselm's. On your monitors. Life is a lot like jazz. It's best when you improvise. This was the comment of what 20th century American composer who, with his brother Ira, created the musical Porgy and Bess. Yes, St. Anselm's.
George Gershwin?
Yeah, you got it. Spanish priests introduced to California what sort of dried fruit that is named in the title of a Lorraine Hansberry novel play, and St. Anselm's.
Raisin?
Yes. The Federalist Papers stressed the need for authors to be provided with what sort of exclusive right by which they can protect their writing. Yes, Poolsville.
Freedom of the press.
Pardon me?
Freedom of the press.
No, copyright. One of the most popular names for dogs in recent years is what first name of the fictional Miss Swan in the Twilight series? Yes, St. Anselm's.
Bella.
Bella's right. On your monitors. Spices like these once came from the Moluccan Islands, which are now part of what Pacific? Poolsville.
Malaysia.
No, Indonesia, so close. A pelican perches on the state flag of what? Murray.
Louisiana.
Louisiana it is. If the algorithm of a y base in 10 is 1,000, what is y? Answer is 3. In 1904, when Theodore Roosevelt ran for president, his running mate was what man whose name identifies an F-initialed Alaskan city? Poolsville.
Fairbanks.
Fairbanks is right. To reach Africa's Victoria Falls, you could sail down what Z-initialed Murray? Answer in 3, 2, Zambezi. Sorry. And that's the end of the game. Wonderful round. Stay with us because the judges are looking at the scores and we'll have the results for you in just a minute.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hello, I'm Taylor Grand. I'm a senior from Woodgrove High School, and I was a contestant on It's Academic. In my free time, I enjoy doing various service projects and going and volunteering in my community. I'm a member of the Loudoun Youth Advisory Council, which is an organization affiliated with the Parks and Recreation in our county. We organize events such as Battle of the Bands and Youth After School, and we provide judges for Step Up Loudoun. I really love being a member of this council. I'm on the Battle of the Bands committee, and it's a wonderful experience to go and create events that youth in my community actually get to go and experience.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
The scores are now official, but before I even talk about the scores, I want to say that all of you guys were fabulous. This is the kind of game we love. Every single team here won a 25-point bonus. It was just remarkable. So now we'll do those scores. First, St. Anselm's from Washington, D.C., Philip, Caleb, Andrew, 395 points. Also from the District of Columbia, Murray School, Lucas, Aiden, and Lucas, 425 points. Awesome, guys. Coming back for the playoffs, Poolsville High School from Poolsville, Maryland, Jacob, Lawrence, and Sumed, 435 points. Well played, everybody. It was fabulous. Don't go away because we've got something else coming up next.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention. Mentors inspire greatness. and passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
Hey, thanks so much for being with us, watching these extraordinary students. And you, of course, are our incredible viewers. We will see you next time. I'm Hillary Howard. Bye-bye. Let's do some selfies, guys.